Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Victor and you're watching Medieval Gameplays channel. First of all, I would like to apologize for taking so long to make videos. The reason for this is that I have a bunch of Let's Plays ready as well as scripts for other videos like this one. However, the internet in Australia is so bad that is literally cancer. The issue I'm facing is that the internet doesn't work at all after I start uploading something. And usually the upload takes me about 24 hours. So you gotta understand why I'm taking so long. So what I've decided to do is I will reduce the video quality from 1080p to 720 and I'll make the Let's Play episodes 20 minutes instead of 50 how it was before. So hopefully that will reduce the size of the actual video and hopefully I will still produce the good quality content that I hope you like. So now I'm done with explaining what's happening, let's actually get into the game, and today we're gonna talk about the game called Exanima. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure if I've ever felt so engaged in a fight system before in my entire life. There are a few things you have to understand in order to have fun with this game. First off, you have to understand the controls. Go into the practice arena mode, have a few fights, or hell, go into the real arena mode. Grab a weapon, go to the hub area and just swing around a weapon at the training dummies. You have to learn the controls first, you just have to. If you think, I'll be fine, go into the dungeon and get killed by the first enemy. Second of all, you have to understand that you will still die. Yeah, I know, blew my mind as well. When I beat the novice arena, I thought I was hot stuff until I took on 2 enemies at once and was bedpanned to death. Third of all, and perhaps most importantly for enjoying this game, is that you need to understand that characters in the world, the dungeon, and the inhabitants of it existed before your character. You have to understand that you, the player, are not the focus of this world. That the dungeon existed before you, will exist alongside you, and will exist after you've left. This game is not player-centric. You're merely dropped into this world as a player. Just as your character was mercilessly dropped into the horrible dungeon, the mysterious rodent inhabitants were there before you. They aren't there just to kill you. They aren't there just so you can get XP or whatever. They are there because of the reasons in the story you can only understand if you look for them. Fourth, not all of the enemies are hostile straight off. In fact, the AI of the game is pretty stellar. They are programmed with expertise to act realistically stupid. They can become accustomed to your presence. They can become threatened based on your actions. They will attack if they feel they have a chance. Okay, so now let's get into what this game has to offer. An excellent learning curve. It was a blast to learn this game. A deep and well unfolded lore. Finding letters, piecing together environments and character locations, and all that jazz is really fun. This place feels as alive as a dungeon full of dead people should be. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, you will get what I mean if you play it. The most engaging combat system, at least from my experience. The intense physics of the fights, how unpredictable yet predictable they are. It's just amazing. The fights feel so personal. I've said insults to the inhabitants of the dungeon while playing this game, and not through rage, just because I got so into it. I cannot stress enough how stellar the combat is. It's intense. It can be stressful at times. Just make sure you remind yourself that it's just a game once in a while, but that'll be hard because it's just incredibly immersive. The physics, lighting, lore, non-player centricity of this world sucked me in and kept me trapped. They're like in a vacuum made out of jello. An arena. Not only does this game have a little practice arena for 1v1 fights, just, for practice and fun, it also has an arena mode. Permanent characters, buying equipment, hiring mercenaries, and plethora of game modes. One of my favorites is Fray, which is a 6 gladiator free-for-all fight. Updates. This game is actively being developed. Don't expect weekly updates, they are infrequent, however when they do come, they always add something substantial to the game to keep you playing until the next one. Even if you run out of story content, you can always just play the arena mode, which is also being updated. It's different every single time you play. People often complain that because the dungeon is static, that every playthrough is the same. I argue differently. I've never had a fight take the same course. I've made friends with some of the inhabitants sometimes, only to have them turn on me other times. One of my favorite moments is when I had a fight in what looked like some sort of restaurant tavern area. Cups, bowls, board games, and wooden stools flying everywhere as me and this zombie attempted to battle each other in this hectic environment. It was just great. Beyond the portal. The first 3 levels take place in a dungeon. The time I became good enough to beat all 3 levels took upon me suddenly. My playthroughs never got me past the first area of the first level. Then suddenly, in one life, I took myself all the way through. There is also checkpoints throughout the first 3 levels, so you can still continue playing until you get to the portal. The momentum you can pick up is astounding for the first 3 levels. The portal changes everything. Suddenly you realize that everything before this has been a tutorial for what lies beyond the glowing blue entrance. And it is. I won't spoil anything, but things get pretty crazy. By the 3rd level, you may think this game is getting too easy. I did. The portal, let's just say, the 4th level changed my mind. Negatives, well, I have to talk about negatives, I guess. First negative, well, I mean, it can be hard, difficult, challenging, but it's never unfair. Well, see, it's not a negative anymore. Honestly, for what this game sets out to accomplish, it does so perfectly. This game has a niche audience. If you don't happen to fit into that audience, don't feel bad. Another thing, the people who play Dark Souls and the people who play Exanima are not one and the same. I'm not a big fan of Dark Souls myself, but I love this game. Some people will like both games, some people will like one or the other, some people will like neither. That's just how it is with all games. But for people like me, I enjoyed the game the minute I started playing it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.